All right, before we did our picks for our favorite songs of the Trails series, we kind of did that on the heels of Trails of Cold Steel 4 because it just seemed like a fitting way to end that particular arc. Now we're tackling something a little bit bigger, and this is not a spoiler on the screen. I don't think either one of us have this track, but
No.
we are picking... yeah, no, not even close. We're picking our favorites from the entire Pokemon series. Now, that requires a couple caveats. One, I stayed to mainline games. I had so many songs between the 9 gens and their main games that I didn't even get to Snap or Conquest or Go or whatever. You know, there wasn't space, so I didn't go reaching for other ones, even though there's been other music and other games that I've liked. It's also our picks for our favorites. I know it says best at the bottom, but really it's our lists of what we like, not like this is bar none the best song. So there might be some weird outliers on here. I don't know. Michaela's going first because I made her. She doesn't know my list, and I've had to see hers because I need to pull up the music. So she's going first. We're going to go through 5 by 5, 1 day a week. Then my list next week, 1 day at a time, 5 by 5. And then we'll kind of see at the end what happens. I didn't even combine our lists. Last time, especially because there's only the 4 main Cold Steel games, there was enough overlap that I thought, like, let's make a combined ranking and see where things would end up.
Mm-hmm.
There is overlap on our lists, but not a ton.
Not very much, I get the feeling.
So that's all the prelude we need. We should just jump in. People are here for the music.
Freaking do it.
So I need to get this a little bit bigger size. Very good. And then over here on this tiny-ass screen that I've done to myself. Now, I am going to ask, this is, I think, the only song on here that this applies to, but you specifically want Heart Gold for this, correct? And not the original?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I'll talk about why that's incorrect in a minute. So this is Michaela's pick for number 25. Again, we're going from bottom to top 5 a day. So 25 to 21 today. Here is her choice for number 25.
That's not right. Is it? Why does it sound weird at the beginning? Oh, there we go. Okay, that's better. So, I just like this tune. I also really like the chicken version. It makes me laugh.
Yeah. That one's great.
That one is hilarious. It is truly hilarious. But I kind of like this city. It's pretty early on in the game. And I just like the tune. It's just kind of lighthearted and, you know, the adventure hasn't gotten too off the rails yet. It's just like a charming little metropolitan town melody.
I opened it in the wrong place, so it didn't even show on the screen. It played, but I forgot I have to drag them over. So it was in Windows Media Player. We won't talk about that.
That's fine.
That's fine. I'm going to play the other version anyways, and I'm not criticizing your list, to be clear, but I looked at this, and this is going to be a trend on my list, so I'll save it to some extent, but the right version of this song is this one. Well, that's much quieter than the Heart Gold one.
That is really quiet.
Oh, that's
okay.
annoying.
Well, this is how I expected the song to start. So I had that little preamble, and I was like, "What is this?"
That's so quiet.
I like this version too. I like the benefit of like the modern instrumentation, but the 8-bit is very charming in its own way.
Because, well, this is your only Heart Gold song, so I'll keep my take to myself for now. But as somebody whose favorite games might be Gold Silver, I have opinions about this.
That's fair.
That version in particular, I think, is one of the worst remade versions of the soundtrack. Like, that has such a nice cadence to it. And the other one feels like it's trying too hard to be, like, light and jaunty, and I don't love it. Okay, well, at least we got one of the ones on screen. And hey, your picks are your picks, to be clear. But this was my second to last cut.
Ooh.
The original, not the Heart Gold version. That would be down at, like, the number 400th. But this was my 27th. I had 28 songs marked as must include, which is a problem for a top 25 list because
that seems like just a little bit of a problem.
You don't have to do the math.
Math.
But it was close. Another one that's on your list was also the last cut. We'll get to it, but
I'm sure.
I do love the theme. You get to hear it a lot if you end up getting your ass beat by Whitney multiple times in her goddamn Miltank.
Totally did, for the record. That. You know, you don't give enough credit to normal type Pokemon if you haven't played that gen, because Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Tough as balls.
You know, that rollout can really fuck you up without the right team comp.
Mm-hmm.
And as a kid especially, I remember that being a very difficult wall to get over.
Totally.
All right, the tricky part is I have to keep finding these songs.
It's okay. Well, we'll keep vamping.
They're
So
in
that
different
was
orders.
my only spoiler. That was my only Heart Gold.
Out of the goddamn corner.
What are you bud.
Get out of the corner.
You silly boy. It's not even storming or anything. You're fine. You silly.
Okay, now that the dog's not stuck behind a chair in the corner, let's go back to trying to find this goddamn song.
Yeah, so that was my only Heart Gold track.
I have more.
Yes, I was going to say, I didn't try to have a lot of, like, even representation across the series. I went for songs that I clearly just enjoy listening to outside the game. So, as a result, there's a lot of bias, as we'll see later. Did I vamp enough?
I'm trying to find the damn thing. Is it not on this disc? Is that why? So I have some soundtracks that are like the soundtracks. So some of them go in like game order. A couple of them are game rips. So they go in like order of, here's battle themes, here's town themes, route like.
Sure.
So the trick here is trying to split the difference. I
Gotcha.
think I have it now. Yeah. Okay.
Sweet.
Number 24. I did the wrong fucking... No! Drag and drop!
Yeah, this track is neat. I remember getting to this part the first time as a kid being like, oh shit.
Yeah, this game escalates quite a bit, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Maybe too much.
Probably too much if we're being honest, but the music is still great. It's very like intense, and you feel the pressure. And it's a good tune. I like it.
There are several legendary songs that I think are good. I don't remember that any of them made my list. This is one of my highest.
Sweet.
It was on my first cut. I actually don't know if I would take this version.
I kind of am curious to hear what the old version sounded like. But if it's not on your list, we don't have to do that.
Yeah, I like that little breakdown from the original. I actually went with Brilliant Diamond's versions for everything I put on this list from these games.
Yep.
But this one, now that I'm listening to it, I'm like, it's like right here with the original for me.
Yeah.
I might as well get this take out of the way early because it's going to be a theme, especially when we get to my list. But just like with Final Fantasy X, I'm glad they redid the music because the originals are still there.
Yeah.
But in some cases, I don't know if they necessarily did all the tracks justice. This one's good still. I just think it's just slightly below the original.
Totally. Yeah.
Which we can play at the loop point rather than looping this.
Yeah. I think that'd be fun, especially because we're probably going to have a lot of tracks where we have different preferences. And I think
As an added bonus, it's also going to be shorter tracks. Some of the Trails ones are going 4 or 5 minutes without even looping yet. In this case, like hell, Bull Run seems like 30 seconds. They're not all going to be that short, but they're all going to be kind of in the 2-minute-ish range.
Yeah, I kind of like this part too.
The whole track's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to put my finger on what has this a step below the original for me, and I think it's just that it sounds almost a little bit too whimsical. This is meant to be like a serious battle against these Pokemon that control time and space. Kind of stupid.
It is kind of dumb for the record. It's kind of like this is when the Pokemon series jumped the shark a little bit, and then it just continued to go off the rails. X, Y,
those are a loop point. Fucking no! Stop double clicking! God, I do that by force of habit. No album art, so you have a traffic cone.
Yeah, it's
because I actually went and listed on mine. I was like, all right, this one is specifically Heart Gold, and this is from Gold Silver. This is from Brilliant Diamond.
I was not nearly as careful. I was like, they're all going to be fine, and maybe should have listened to this one.
I'm actually kind of surprised because, again, I think the Brilliant Diamond soundtrack's pretty good overall. I like a lot of the upgrades. And some of them were sorely needed for the instrumentation they had back then.
Yep.
But I wouldn't choose this one.
Fair.
But it's a really good track.
It is a good track.
That was in my first cut and would probably be in the upper 30s, like the lower 30s, like the 30 to 35-ish range. I didn't rank those because why? But
but if you want to do a top 100,
there were so many tracks I couldn't even fit. Again, I talked about how I had like 28, so I couldn't fit 3 that I wanted to. But there were others that I would not have had any shame in having in the top 25. This part. It's a little darker tonally.
Yeah, it's a little more. There's a little more drive.
I don't know.
Yeah, It
That
does feel a little more like scary.
And like, I don't even mind. Some people are like, well, a lot of the songs are too happy-go-lucky. It's like, well, the series, like, that's the tone of the series, but it's not here. This is when, you know, again, we're fighting a pretty serious battle on top of the spear pillar here. Like, it's not the time to fuck around and be happy. But it's a good choice nonetheless.
Yeah.
That's enough of that.
Sweet.
23, I got to go to a different game. I also, out of laziness, put a couple from the same game together. I was like, I could put one of these 21 and 23, or I could make it 22 and 23, and then I don't have to change.
That's smart. What a smart cookie.
I did it on the bottom of the list. I wouldn't dare do it at the top. Like, I would not sacrifice
Right.
my ranking for laziness. But, God, where the hell is this track going to be?
Sorry. I apologize in advance. My picks are kind of
This
all
is a
over the
rival
place.
theme, spoiler alert.
Yep.
I didn't say what game yet.
Nope. But we'll get
so
there.
I think it should be relatively early in the soundtrack. There it is. I'm not double clicking it. All right, number 23. Wild part. Let me just stuff anyway.
The Gladion. Oh, right there. Yes.
It's on the screen, but it doesn't hurt to say it.
Yeah. One of the better rivals we've had. Emo Boy was like the best part of that game.
This is a really a really good part, a part that I really like.
Yeah.
Weird pause, love it.
Love it when This is a series where I find most of the rival themes to be pretty unremarkable outside of this and another one that we'll get to. Yeah, I think this track is really solid. It's not too happy-go-lucky. I remember his story being pretty serious in some ways, so it has the appropriate amount of like drive and.
And he looks emo, but he's not really. I think it kind of fits in. One of the ones that's on my list is similar to me, where it's like, when I hear this, his picture matches that in my head. I go, oh yeah, that's his theme. Yeah. And that's not always true. There's a couple rival themes in particular where I'm like, what is this?
There's some that are just like really jaunty, just like too much. Like Bianca's theme is pretty simple. Like, that makes sense for me.
Yeah, that's pretty similar.
That's fitting for her. But then there's other things where I'm like, this really doesn't match. I don't love what I'm hearing. But this is a really great rival.
This made my first cut, didn't make my list. I love that one section. It's not that I don't like the other song, but when it was this tight to get in, this was sort of the top of the Cold Steel chart problem where it was like, if I don't love this song from start to finish, I can't make that echelon. So, love the one part, like the track, made the cut, but not the cut.
Totally.
Because, I couldn't even fit all the ones I wanted, let alone other stuff.
For sure.
Okay, this is, I'm going to have to ask for clarification, so I'm going to have to tip the hand on this one.
That's
What
fine.
battle theme? Trainer battle?
I-
Random battle?
Oh shit. Ooh.
Yeah.
Crap.
Yeah, you can see the problem.
Oh.
So, battle wild Pokemon or
think
battle trainer?
Let's try the wild Pokemon one first and see if that's right. I don't know. Let's try the trainer one.
All right. How's that?
Yes, this is the one I was thinking of.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't even look at it till now because I scanned your list real quickly. Just kind of like, okay, I have an idea. And I looked
Right.
at it, I was like, uh-oh. It says battle theme. There's that,
I forgot that they have wild Pokemon and then trainer battle. That's my beef.
It's fine. I forgive you. I heard a lot of this theme. I grinded more in this game than any other.
Me too. You know, weirdly enough, Diamond Pearl was one of the first Pokemon games that I actually went through from start to finish. I didn't start it and then quit, 3 or 4 hours in like I did with a lot of the Pokemon games back in the day, in the 2000s. So this was the first one that I actually sat down and finished. So I heard this game this music a lot because I played this game constantly. I grinded so many hours.
Yeah,
And battles were slow back then, so you got to hear it all the time.
Especially Diamond Pearl. It was better in Platinum, but
it was, yeah, painfully slow. Nowadays, I mean, going back. At the time, I didn't think anything of it because I really hadn't played the other ones diligently. But this one, looking back, it's like, oh boy, that takes forever. So it's a good thing this song is good because you hear it a lot.
This is the first time I really got into like EVs, not the Pokemon, the values.
Yes.
And you know, there was a trainer with 6 Magikarps you could fight, and I made like a Gallade that was like tournament ready, and a Garchomp. Like, you know, I put in the work.
Yep.
And then after having put in the work, I started hacking.
That sounds about right. That seems like the natural progression for that journey.
I was like, I'm not grinding again.
That's crazy.
And subsequent games like Black White started to put in some mechanisms to help with it a little bit, but it was
really
still
fun
a grind.
in later games, but yeah.
Because it wasn't like you were doing it once. If you wanted to build a team of 6, you had to do all that shit 6 times.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
It's a lot. And this version's solid. I don't think it's too far off from the original. It captures the spirit of it very nicely.
There are some tracks where they actually changed it up quite a bit, including one on my top 25.
Mm-hmm.
But this and Spirit Pillar are both pretty close. I actually still give the slight edge to this one over the original.
Yep.
There are plenty of really good battle themes throughout the series. I have 0 trainer battle themes on my list.
I think this is the only one I have. The rest of them are either team battles or like champion battles like that.
Which makes sense. Those are supposed to be more important
Oh, totally.
than just, you know, fucking youngster Joey. But
But I had to give a call out to this one because this is probably one of my favorite ones, especially since I don't know why, but I have not been really wowed by any of the music after. What was the latest one? Sun Moon, or was XY after that?
Sun Moon was
after XY.
Then Sword Shield.
And then I just haven't really been wowed by any of the music after that. So.
But what about Let's Go Eevee?
It's fine. Spoiler, I didn't put any of those songs on my list. Some of the orchestrations are nice, I guess, but I just have too many other songs from other games that I like.
And number 21.
I like this song. It's just very techy. I could put this on in the background when I'm like doing homework or working or something, and it would just let me zone out. It's just kind of got like a nice cadence to it.
Yeah, it's good background music.
Great background music.
I have it as one of the things in the game show.
Oh, did we hear it last time?
No.
Dang it.
Because they're attached to certain games, so I don't believe you did, no. Because you probably would have noticed.
I probably would have, because this song's great.
I used it as a background for a commercial we did for the podcast like 8 years ago.
I think I remember that, yeah.
Spoiler alert, it's on my list.
Sweet.
I remember walking into this place and being like, what the fuck? You know, it's one of those, you know, not one of those ones that there's rarefied air where there's tracks where I love it so much that it makes me like stop and listen. But this was one of those where it was still like, God damn, like, what is this?
Right, it's like, this is just a power plant. Jesus.
It didn't need to be like this.
Yeah, it's like really good for a power plant, because most of the power plant dungeon crawl songs are not great, but this one definitely, they stepped it up.
Cool background synth.
Mm-hmm.
Bass is good.
Yeah. Nice melody in there too. Like, and just like bop your head to it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I got Y, but I sort of regret that now. I should have gotten the X back in the day. Look at that deer. It's beautiful.
It's not messing around.
Yeah. But I had fun with XY. I don't really remember most of it. There were some story decisions where I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
It's been 3,000 years.
Yep. That was a moment of decision. I'm just like, okay, this is dumb. But there was some good music. I have some other XY songs on this list as well. Spoilers! Sorry.
That's fine. You can tease.
Yes, it's a tease.
It was just a little like cool down at the end before it loops.
Yeah.
Percussion's neat.
Mm-hmm.
It's a winner.
It is a winner.
Okay, come back tomorrow. We're going to go through 20 through 16. Her list is all this week. My list is next week. I'll stop doing introductions. Eventually, you're going to know the game, but that's the plan.